Awesome. Yeah, for those of you that don't know who Art Williams is, that was like one of the most famous speeches ever given in the direct sales space for the history of time because he talks about just doing it, right? Just doing it. You heard every single excuse in the book that dude just said, and he just said, just do it. You know what I mean? And I took that to heart when I heard it. My mentor, guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Josh Amundson. I am 26 years old, been doing this business full time for about 6 years, and I've loved every single minute of it. It's been one of the coolest life-changing, transformational experiences I've ever had. Right. And I'm excited to be on this call with you. If you're brand new, if you've been in the business for a while, whatever the case may be, because we're about to have a life-changing year. I remember 6 years ago, I got on a call with my mentor. He literally shared that video just like this over Zoom, and he made me watch it. I'm like, what is this 1920s, 1950s looking video? Who's this guy he has me listening to? Right. And it was the message that changed everything for me. Right. There's a lot of people who are really good at a lot of things, but it's the individual that just does a little bit more is the ones that win, right? He said, what's the difference between a $500,000 a year earner to a $50,000 a year earner? They just do it a little bit more than the person next to them. That's all it is, right? So my goal, ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new, and what your goal should be is to just do it a little bit more than the person next to you, right? Just do it a little bit more, right? Do it a little bit more than what you thought you're going to do. Message one more person, talk to one more person, hop on one more trading session, attend one more webinar, come to one more live event, just do one more and just keep doing it. So we got a really exciting call tonight. If you have someone inside of your business that is not on this call, I'm telling you, they're going to miss out on a growth and learning experience that they need to hear. Right. This is something your team needs to hear, right? You can't do it everything. You can tell them, these calls are live. If you're brand new, we do these calls every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Every Tuesday, right? Every single Tuesday. And guess what? You might be speaking on one of these calls soon. You might be literally helping a ton of people in a very short period of time. That's the power of just doing it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and actually be passing this call over to one of my business partners, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be coming back here in a little bit. But this call is designed for you to be able to level up your business. That's what this for, right? You show up to these calls just like we do every single week because you come here to learn, right? Sometimes you'll hear things that you've already heard, and sometimes you hear one thing that changes everything for you, right? It just takes one call, one special piece of information from somebody that causes you to level up your life. Like absolutely crazy, right? We come here to stretch our brains. We come here to stretch our belief, increase our knowledge, and come here to get close to the fire. So super excited to be on the call with everyone tonight. I'm going to be passing over to one of the hardest working people I've ever met in my entire life. This person has had everything negative that could possibly happen to you in life damn near thrown at them and has been able to overcome them straight up. And it's been really inspiring for me to be in business with this person, learn with this person, and be able to accomplish goals that we never thought we'd be able to do. Right. I remember what it was like to get brand new. He remembers what it was like to be brand new. We didn't know what we didn't know. We didn't know what was coming. And so when he gets on here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to really take it serious. The stuff he's going to teach tonight. I want you to take notes on it, right? Because these calls, I'll tell you what, first one, maybe it's your first time hearing this, right? But 95% of what you're about to hear, if you don't write it down, you will forget. How are we going to make it better tomorrow for forgetting about what we learned about today? You know what I mean? So that's why I have notebooks on notebooks on notebooks. So I can write the stuff down, I can use it, and I can apply it to my life. And then I can teach it to the next individual who needs help. Okay. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you to an absolute rock star. He's going to come in here and crush out the first half of this call, and we will see you in a little bit. Okay. Jay PATNODE, do you hear me, boss? Drop some ones in the chat for JP. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it all good? Greens, get some
Sure.
notes in the air. All right, awesome. Just do it, baby. That actually, when he first played it, I was like, man, I've heard this speech before. I was like, I thought he was going to play some music. And then I heard it. I'm sitting here with my girlfriend who's cooking dinner, and like, damn, this is beautiful. I'm like, this is amazing. It got me even more fired up for this call than I was before. So I hope you guys are all excited as I am, because I'm excited to share with you guys some stuff that I've learned over the years, some stuff that helped. But for those of you that do not know me, my name is Jay PATNODE. Like Josh said, we've been doing the business for 6 years, side by side, crushing this thing out. And um, it's honestly been the coolest thing in the world, right? We were actually just talking about it not too long ago. I was like, damn, time really does fly, right? Time really does fly. And to hear him say, just do it, I think about all the times where I could have just not done it, right? Could have just said, you know what, F it. You know what, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. It's uncomfortable. I don't feel like doing that, and just not did it. And I think about all the places or all the experiences or all the people I would have missed out on if I would have not just did it, right? And for me, all I've ever known was just do it, right? Josh alluded to some stuff. A lot of stuff has happened to me over the years of my life, but it's never been a reason not to hustle. It's been a reason to hustle even harder, because knowing that you just have to do it no matter what the situation is. And that might go for some of you guys. Everybody goes through problems within their life, right? If you are someone, no one person problem is bigger than the next, because your situation is all you know, right? You might feel a 10 out of 10 pain with something that someone would only feel a 1 out of 10 pain on their, trouble scale or pain scale. So understand that everybody has problems in this world, right? It's all about how you address it. And that's why I'm glad he started this with that. I actually kind of changed the trajectory on what I wanted to talk about, but it really did. And I really want to keep on with that. Just do it, right? um, there's always excuses. Everybody has excuses, right? Excuses are like, assholes. Everybody has one, right? And I think the original one is opinions, but I'll say excuses, right? Everybody has an excuse in this world for why they can't do something, why they can't accomplish something. And actually, made me realize, or it brought me back to a story of, I was talking to this guy, right? And he was talking about how bad he wanted to change his life. We probably all heard it when we've got people on calls. They want to change their life. They want to do something great. They want to do something like fantastic. They want to do something better for their family, whatever it is, right? And he was telling me how he didn't have the money, or yeah, he was telling me he didn't have the money, right? Telling me he didn't have the money, and literally, he's like, man, I just don't have it. I really don't have it on me. And it's going to be a while before I can potentially get it, but I'll let you know, right? But I want to do this really bad. I want to change my life. And 3 days later, I saw him post a brand new tattoo sleeve on his whole entire arm. I was like, I know how much that costs. That's more than how much it costs to get started. You can change the body, but you can't change your life, I guess, is what I took from it. And he's one of those people that don't just do it, right? He's one of those people that always has excuses for every single thing. It's this I have to do. There's a quote that I'm probably going to mess up, but it was, I don't mind missing a couple payments on bills if mine will be gone for forever eventually. That is just doing it, right? It is putting yourself to the limits, pushing yourself to the brinks, because you know what you see in the might seem far off, but in the future, and what your life will be like because of it. So understand that I want to stick with this. Just do it, because it is so true. Whatever you are having problems with, there's a scene from The Wolf of Wall Street. If anybody's seen, said, does your girlfriend think you're a loser? Pick up the phone and start that. Are you behind on your bills? Pick up the phone and start that. Does your mom like you the least out of every kid she has? Well, pick up the phone and start dialing, right? All of your troubles can be gone, with hard work, right? And a lot of our problems or our troubles in the world that arise can all be solved by financial gain, financial freedom, right? I mean, does anybody agree? I want to put some ones in the chat if you think a lot of your problems, a lot of people's problems in this world could be solved if they had more money. They're making a couple $100,000. They're making $1 million. They're making $10 million. You'll see a lot of ones in the chat, because all of my problems originally always started from financial hardship. And that's a lot of people, right? That's why that's the number one stress in the world is financial hardship. And so you're telling me you could change your life to never have to worry about, what you're spending your money on or how much something costs, then do it, right? If you could change your life, if you could change your life and do it. And that, I was listening the other day, because I'm a big personal development junkie. Anybody knows me, I listen to personal development podcasts all the time. My goal is to constantly stimulate my mind, with that type of stuff. And I heard a quote. It said, if you want to buy something without looking at the price tag, you have to be willing to work without looking for results, right? And it was something that was huge, because a lot of people think the results should be instant. Everybody thinks that because they're so used to how they work in the industry, with you have a 9 to 5 or just traditional job, that you work, you work, then you get paid. You work and then you get paid. And this business is not like that, right? It's you work, then you get paid. And then it's you work, then you get paid, And then it's you work, get paid, get paid. Then it's you just work, get paid, get paid. And then it's just you get paid, 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 because that is the idea and the concept behind residual income. And that is the concept and what we are trying to build here at iGenius, within our community. We're trying to reach those different standards so we can just get paid. Now, some people would like to just every single week have a check coming in for 10, 20, $30,000, and it's all for work that they did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. They're able to take a step back and really just live and love life. And so that's what we're really trying to accomplish here. So all you really have to do at the end of the day is just do it and stop having excuses. Because and it was a really, if you were on, I hope you guys were on leadership call yesterday with Christian Crabtree. He talked about, and he was talking, I think it was Brandon that said he wanted a Ferrari, right? He wanted a Ferrari. And he said, well, what if I told you I have a Ferrari here for you, and it's $1,500 a month and 175 every single, or $1,500 to start and 175 every single month after that? How fast would you find that $1,500 a month, or $1,500 to start, right? Think of anything you want. Think of your dream car. What if I told you all you had to do is go, and you had $0 in your bank account? All you had to do is go find $1,500. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all would figure out a way to go find that $1,500. And that's what we have the opportunity here to buy as many Ferraris as we want in this world, whatever we want, whether it's, material possessions, whether it's trips, whether it's, just freedom for your family and being able to take care of everything. We have that at the tip of our fingertips. And so I want you guys to start treating like that. I saw what this industry could lead me to the moment I looked at it. The moment me and Josh, when we had a conversation, I'm like, there is so much that we can do in this industry. And I know he remembers. I was talking it up crazy. I was talking it up insanely just because I saw what potentially could happen. And I want you guys to start getting aligned with that. Start thinking about all the things that you want in this world for yourself and for the people that you care about, and let that be the driving factor. And so that's what's going to bring me into some of the stuff that I was going to talk about previously. Was this year, I think it's time to let go, right? Letting go of all the things that are holding you back. I want you guys to write down. You can do it now, you can do it after this call, but take a little note. If you guys want to take notes, take notes. Write all the things down that are holding you back, and maybe have been holding you back for the last X amount of years. Holding you back from your fitness goals, holding you back from your health goals, holding you back from your relationship goals, holding you back from financial goals. Write down every single thing now or later, what has been holding you back. And I want you to start letting it go. I want you guys to have a fresh start. This is 2024. We're 30 days in. I followed this thing. It's called the Progress Tracker. The year is already 8% over. It's 8% over. Just like that. It's almost 10% over, right? And so I want you guys to understand that time moves fast. So it's time to start letting go. I mean, it literally blew by, right? When you think of it like that, and you think of 8% already over, it's crazy. And so I want you guys to start letting go of all the stuff that has been burdening you and holding you back in this world, whether that's bad habits, whether that's, if you're someone that, smokes or drinks, whether it's substances, whether it's drugs, whether it's, vaping, right? If it's a health thing, whether it's awful relationships that you're in, awful friendships that you're in, bad people, bad influences. If your parents are not positive, if they are the people that are in your life, I'll be honest, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm very open and honest about it. My mom used to be a very, very negative person. And especially when it came to the business, she would always hate on what we had going on and never showed support at all. Even to this day, she'd be like, she really doesn't show support. Even when I came home, brand new car, no support, right? It's, you should go back and do this, or you should do this, right? And so I want you guys to, you don't have to let go of them for forever, but let go of them now, so you can go build your business and come back to them, right? Negative people, we have no room in our life for that. It's time to start elevating. Bad music, right? If all you're listening to is music that talking about F that trick, drinking, smoking, if that's the only thing that you're consuming on a daily basis, I mean, what's your subconscious thinking, right? I'm going to do all this and all this type of stuff. What is your subconscious thinking? That's the reason why I switched up the podcast, right? Even sad music. I was a big fan of like you know, Juice World, the Kid Leroy, a lot of these artists that it just was a little too damn emo and depressing, right? And so I had to cut back on a lot of stuff like that. So I want you guys to start new this year. It's already 30 days in. Let tomorrow be the day that you actually start, start new and really go for it. Just do it. Just go for it. And so don't be, someone that almost did. That was always my biggest fear. I honestly, the reason why I stuck in this business even so long and went so hard is because I already said to the world that I was going to be successful. I already said to the world, this is what I was going to do for a living. I already said to the world that this was going to be something that helped me change people's lives. And if there's one thing if you know me, I'm competitive as hell. Like I am very, very competitive. I never would like when people can get the upper hand on me and an advantage or say he didn't do this or he didn't follow through in his work. The one thing I am is I'm competitive. I'm a man. If I say something, I have to get it done. And so letting go was a big part of that. So I think it's time for you guys to all let go of what has been burdening you, or find a way to replace it with good habits. Let this be the rebirth of you, your image. Who cares who you were before? Who cares what people think of you? Who cares what your family thinks you are? Who cares what your friends think you are? Who cares what anybody thinks you are? Who cares what you even think you are right now? Change it. Become a brand new person. And so I want you guys to hear this quote, because in the video, if you hear at the beginning, he was talking about, leaders run the world. Leaders, they have the most success in this world. And it's a quote that I've been getting told since I was a kid by my uncle. It's you're either a leader, follower, or you get the hell out the way. You're either a leader, follower, or you get the hell out the way. So I want you guys to pick which one are you going to be? Who are you going to be? Put which one you're going to be in the chat. And let's see. Are you going to be a leader, a follower, or are you going to get out the way? Let me know. Let me see. Let me see what your choices. We have 30 people on this call. I want to see 30 different people saying what they are going to be. If you're not engaged in this, there's no point to even be here. This is the year of no BS, if I'm being honest with you. I don't have time for it. None of the leaders have time for it. I know Josh doesn't have time for it. Tippett doesn't have time for it. Marissa doesn't have time for it. Brandon doesn't have time for it. We are here to help you. But if you cannot help yourself, then there is no point of even being here. You might as well just cancel it and go do whatever the hell it was and put your dreams back on the shelf like you've already done so many times again and again and again. If you're not here to lead, whether it's others or yourself, there's no point to really be. And I want to stress that. You can be whoever you want to be. You just have to choose to be it and work at it every single day. And I want you to know that whatever problems you're having, they're not that special. We all got problems. It's all about how we deal with them. And it may come off as harsh, but I'm in a very blunt mood, right? I think that we all have so much greatness inside of us. We all can achieve so much. We just hold ourselves to a 5% potential use. We're only using 5% of who we actually can be, 2% of who we actually can be. And everything you want is on the other side of who you currently are. You just got to kill that old self. You got to literally let it go. And this is the year of rebirth. I want to be able to be on these calls 6 months, 12 months from now, and somebody else is leading the charge. 10, 20, 30 new six-figure earners making $10,000 a month, really crushing it. If you want that to be you, then you got to start rebirthing yourself. Become the highest version of yourself. Become the greatest human of yourself. Become on all levels who you really want to be, and don't become someone that said I almost did or I could have. Because I don't know about you, I'd be so pissed if 10 years from now I look back and was like, man, I had the chance, but I just didn't. Thought you could, but you can't. Thinking about that makes me so sick. So I want you guys to just rebirth yourself. Write down, that's my quote unquote homework for you guys, is write down all the stuff that has been holding you back, things that have been taking you away from, your goals, and eliminate them. Cold turkey, whatever you have to do. If you have to text your friends and tell them, hey, I'm not gonna be able to hang out as much because I have to do this. I'm going to accomplish this. They should respect that if they truly care about you. So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to become the best version of yourself. And if you need help with anything, I'm gonna drop my number in the chat and my Instagram. Start doing everything that you should be doing, because you can become the person that you should be, right? You're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting your family, because at the end of the day, I can sit here and hype up a screen, talk about all this stuff. But unless you actually implement it, it really means nothing, right? You know, now they say knowledge is power, but at the end of the day, knowledge actually isn't power. Because to know and to not do is basically to not know at all, right? So applied knowledge is power. The use of the knowledge is power. The action is the power. And let's have that rebirth, and let the rebirth be in Chicago. Let Chicago be your rebirthing event. You come out there. If you don't know, we are all going to Chicago as a team, right? It's going to be tons of us. There's going to be hundreds of people from My Genius, corporate, Anthony Napolitano, other six-figure earners, seven-figure earners, people that are making 10, 20, 30, 40, $100,000 a month. And to get into proximity with those people, if someone told me all I had to do was drive 6 hours away or take a flight, a couple $100 to go be in a room full of multi-millionaires, and I get to rub elbows, shake hands, grease thumbs, with them, would I have done it? I mean, hell yeah. Me and Josh were 3 months in the business, and they told us that while we're already on a plane going somewhere to visit a friend, having zero money, spending all that money on this trip that wasn't related to the business, and found a way to scarf it up and go to that. Because to be in a room like that is invaluable. You can't put a price tag on that. And so that's what I'll leave you guys with. Have your rebirth be today. And if not, have your true rebirth be in Chicago. Come out there, take it up a notch. Let's get serious because the year is already 8% over. We got big things to do. And to be honest, this plane is taking off with or without you. We know where we're going. We're fired up. We're excited about it. And I hope you guys are too, because I've seen this before. I've seen the energy that's brewing. I've seen this before. Last time we did it, we quadrupled the team in 6 months. And so just know big things are coming. I just want you guys to all get your piece of it. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it back to my brother. And, he showed me some love on the intro. And I hope you guys know exactly who you get to speak to or get to learn from. This is a guy that has helped thousands and thousands of people, right? But not only that, he has so much training and hours put into this game. They say a pilot has to, 10,000 hours that he has to train before he can actually fly a plane. This man is probably very close to 10,000 hours of training between sales, leadership, entrepreneurship skills, speaking, communication. This guy is putting in the hours. And so to get to learn from someone like him, understand that the reason why he's going to speak to you is not because he has to, because he wants to help you guys cut the journey down in half. All the stuff that he's learned in these 10,000 hours, he's hoping that he can take it all and give it to you so it takes a fraction of the time. So by the time you're at 10,000 hours, you're 10 steps ahead of him. And so if you haven't taken any notes yet, I will put that paper and get to it because this guy is a boss and none other than Josh Ames. Take it back, my brother.
All right, big boss guys. Drop some sevens in the chat for JP, J PATNODE, Bruce Wayne. Let's drop it in the chat. That was awesome, guys. I mean, you can see, man, like when I was 20 years old and this guy walks up to me, he's like, "Hey, you want to be business partners?" I'm like, yeah, I think so. Let's go. Let's run it up. And not saying that's what you should do because most business partner relationships don't last. But Hail Mary long PATNODE. Yeah, but yeah, guys, Jay is an absolute beast. If you guys aren't in contact with him, get in contact with him. Get in contact and talk to him, ask questions. Man, he's got 10,000 hours with me. He's got it's definitely more than 10,000 hours that we got in this business, like 100%. I think
No, it has to be. I was trying to think about it. It has to be, bro.
There's 48,000 hours in a month, roughly. So yeah, we're I know, right? But ladies and gentlemen, super happy to be on here. We're gonna do something really, really cool here in a little bit, right? So just letting you know, don't be afraid of this. This is meant to help you grow, right? That's, you're not coming here just to get a little motivational boost. You're coming here to grow. But at the end of this call, we're going to be doing an activity with everyone on this call, right? We're all going to be part of an activity and it's going to be really, really cool. And those of you that actually stay on and participate, you're going to get the fruits of the labor from it. You're going to see what it's going to do to you and be able to help you level up. I really like that Jay was talking about, letting go. Right? Some of you on this call have been in the business for years. Some of you have been on for only 30 days. Some of you have been 6 months, 1 year. But the reality is you got to forgive and forget. You have to forgive and forget everything that's happened. Okay. You don't want to hold things to, you don't want to hold on to things. It's baggage. It holds you back. You got no time, right? You got to see the bigger picture of what we're doing here. We're going to impact the world. literally the world. Think about it. Like you see AI all over the internet. You see all this stuff happening in finances. Guys, this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be absolutely insane. So one of the first things you got to do is you got to forgive and forget everything that you did the year before, the stuff you did the year before, you know, traumas and pains. You got to forget this stuff and forgive as well in order to go up, right? That's the only way to go up in this business is to let go of certain things. And that's why I thought it was really cool that Jay brought that up. Yep, give up to go up. Now, for everyone who's brand new, right? We have the ability to learn how to trade in this company. You have the ability to learn how to do long-term investments, short-term investments on a daily basis, medium length-term investments. There's so many different ways that you can get your money working for you in this company. That's what's really cool, right? But some of you got started with your last $99 to your name, right? And that's awesome. I applaud you for taking, you know, that step into this business, but it's a lot easier to trade and have money to do that and actually start investing when you actually have money, right? It's a lot easier to start getting on the calls and taking prop firm challenges and getting on Anthony's calls and being able to invest in stocks and crypto and hold these things when you have money to do it, right? What's cool about this business is we have multiple streams of income within our ecosystem. It's unbelievable, right? You get to come in and start working on your goals. You get to come in and start working and learning how to trade so you can increase your financial literacy, which school isn't going to teach you. Jay's a finance major. I was an IT major. First of all, you don't need to go to college to learn how to do this stuff at all. But what we're here to tell you is, guys, they they did not teach us anything that this company has taught us. Like hands down. I mean, I had a business calc teacher. Jay had a finance teacher. I walk up to the business calc teacher. They're teaching about like how to compound your bank accounts, CDs, how to do long-term investments, all this stuff, right? And I walk up to the teacher. I'm like, hey, so what does your portfolio look like? And he's like, oh, dude, I'm going to be honest. I just spend all my money on video games and beer. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're kidding me, right? I'm dropping 60 grand on an education to learn from people that don't even do it themselves. They don't even do it themselves. They're reading a textbook to you. That's it, guys. You got to learn from people that are doing it. That's what me and Jay made the decision. We were 20 years old. We found this opportunity. We saw people making 10,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 100K a month, 250K a month, a million a month, multiple millions a month. And we're like, wow, we are so grateful we just found this industry because this is the way out. That's what we're thinking. We're like, we literally almost just got the 9 to 5 scam. We almost literally just fell for it for 40 years. Like unbelievable, right? If you got a job, guys, I'm not sitting here like crushing on job. I've had jobs a ton of times, right? I've had plenty of jobs. Jobs are important. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Not everyone's going to be rich and successful, right? People sometimes just want to work a job and have a very, very calm life. That's okay, right? But there's a reason you got started. There's a reason you're on this call. You want something more out of life. That's why we're here. You guys want something more. If you want something more, I want you to drop a 3 in the chat, right? If you want something more, drop a 3 in the chat. That's why you guys got started. You want something more out of life. That was me. I'm like, I want something more. I was working at Pepsi and I was asking the guys and girls who have been there for 10 years, hey, how much money are you making? They're like, $150,000 a year. I'm like 10 years in and you're making 150 grand a year. That might sound like a lot to you guys, but I'll tell you what, by the end of the year, after all your expenses, if you want to start a family, have your own home, you know, be able to put them in sports, do whatever you're trying to do, that's not a lot of money. I was like, man, I can't be on this track. So that's why I found this business. And this is the way out. That's the way we look at it, man. So here's a cheat code for you. Okay, here's a cheat code for you, ladies and gentlemen. What I did to level up really quick in this business is I found coaches and mentors in this industry and I copied them to a T. I'm talking everything. I copied how they took their photos on social media. I copied what they were posting. I copied how they spoke. I copied the way their hands moved on calls. I copied if they do snap, I'd start snapping. I copied everything. I copied how fast they were talking. I copied how slow they were talking. I copied the volume of them. I copied the volume of them. Everything about what these the same jokes, exact same jokes. Because here's why. I learned this when I got started, okay? First, find a coach and a mentor that has what you want. They have obtained the level of income, the success, the lifestyle, whatever it is that you want. If you do what they do and you say what they say and you act how they act, you're going to get what they have every single time. If you do what they do, say what they say, and act how they act, you're going to have what they have every single time. Top earners only say what top earners say. Top earners do not say things that top earners don't say. So you got to listen to what they're saying and you got to start speaking the same things, right? You got to see how hard they're working and start working that hard. You got to see their level of dedication and increase your level of dedication, right? Now it's going to take time if you're brand new, right? This is a 3 to 5 year plan, you know? So if you just got started, I want to welcome you to one of the best companies in the world. Right? There are literally people of all ages making tens of thousands of dollars a month, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Some of them are making millions a month, right? And it's all through this opportunity. This is one of the biggest industries in the world, guys. Network marketing has created the most millionaires on the entire planet behind real estate. The most millionaires on the entire planet. Because go think about every industry, right? How many industries can you actually become a millionaire in? Not that many. You know what I mean? So this is just an opportunity where you have no boss, you have no job. You can work on your own schedule. There's no one to tell you have to do something. You could choose who you want to work with. You can do it from anywhere in the world, and you determine how much money you're going to make. Right? I got started. I'm like, Jay, we got to make a lot of money. Right? I'm sure you guys are thinking the same thing. Let's make a ton of money so we can own our life. Like, I want to own our life. I want to be able to buy a ticket to anywhere I want in the world at any time, do whatever, have no chains holding me down. So find a coach and a mentor. Here's the cheat code and copy everything they're doing. Everything. Every single thing they're doing. Right. So that's a really, really important thing, guys. Now, everyone on this call, in my opinion, right? It's important to, and just my opinion, right? If you got started for trading, that is awesome. Welcome to the team. You legit have some of the best traders on the planet on our academy. The employees of this company that we're able to trade with are legitimately top 1% in the entire world. Not all of them. I'd say the alpha traders, right? Top 1% portfolio managers. Some of them are licensed in the United States of America. Like, this is the real deal. You're going to see a lot of BS on the internet, right? I've been trading for 8 years. 8 years, right? Think about how old you were 8 years ago, right? Some of you were like 12, you know? I've been trading for 8 years, okay? 99% of what you're going to see online is BS. It is BS, okay? I'm telling you, this is literally the cream of the crop in terms of trading. Man, it was 58 years ago. So just understand you're sitting on like the holy grail of education, and I want you to take it really, really serious, right? Some of you are like, man, trading is more difficult than I thought it was going to be. That's okay. They didn't teach you this. Imagine if they had been teaching investing and trading since you were in kindergarten. We would all know a ton about it. Does anybody know why they don't want to teach you about finances, owning a business, writing off business expenses, learning how to trade? Can anyone put that in the chat? Why don't they want to teach you how to be a business owner, open an LLC, write off business expenses, how to invest, how taxes work? Why don't they teach us how to file taxes, right? Companies need employees. Yep, that's a good one. Anybody know why they don't teach you this? They want to control you, right? They are choosing, guys, the government chooses what is allowed to be taught in schools. It's keep the rich rich and keep the poor poor. That's literally what it is. That's why this opportunity is going to teach you the secrets to wealth. It's going to teach you how to be around individuals that figured it out. Like, hey, here's actually what you want to be doing. That's why this is so cool. All right. So on this call, I want everyone to set this goal for yourself, right? When you understand the value of this company, when you actually understand what we're doing here and you start having epiphanies and realizations on how crazy this is going to get and what we're actually doing to people, guys, some people get started for 3 months. Guess what? We just changed the entire trajectory of their entire life. Even if they're only in for 3 months, they're thinking different forever now. I've had so many people who got started for a month or two. Like, hey man, listen, if I didn't get started for that 1 or 2 months, I would not be where I am right now. It caused me to become an entrepreneur, think outside the box, learn about business ownership. So here's the goal for you. Once you realize, one, that in this business, there's multiple streams of income within iGenius, right? We have an amazing ecosystem, and you realize that you can create a passive residual income every single Friday you get paid, right? Like Jay said, we've been getting a paycheck, guys, for 6 years every Friday. 6 years every single Friday for a decision that we made one time. We made one decision and got 6 years worth of paychecks on every Friday, right? Just passive income, passive residual income. You know, work that you do one time, checks keep coming. When you realize that you can create a passive residual income in this business and you can make 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 100K a month, million a month, right? The top earner in our company is making $100,000 a week right now. He's 28 years old. When you realize that, hey, not just trading and investing, but you can create a passive income business, this should be your minimum goal. Your minimum goal should be IPA. It's an iGenius Platinum Ambassador. All right. $10,000 a month. I want you guys to write that down. Platinum Ambassador. That should be blasted all over your entire life. Like you should have sticky notes galore all over your entire house. Platinum Ambassador, IPA, iGenius Platinum Ambassador, right? A $10,000 plus a month earner, right? You become a 6-figure residual passive income earner. Okay, that should be everyone's minimum goal in this call. You know, because you can go out and make impact. You know, do you know how many 4, 5, 6, and 1 or 2 7-figure earners me and Jay have created by going out and helping this industry grow? It's unbelievable, right? So you're going to change a lot of lives. Okay, so that's your first goal, is an iGenius Platinum Ambassador. Okay, the next one should be passing up your upline, outranking your upline. Make more money than the person who got you started. That should be one of your goals. Outrank them. Go crush them, right? And guys, listen, here's a secret. If you're thinking about, if you have a team, you want your team to do better than you. You want them to do better than you. That means you forever have a solid foundation in your business, and your long-term passive residual income is great. It is powerful, right? So Trevor says he's coming from me. Hey, drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to outrank your upline. Let's go. If you're going to outrank me, let's go. If you're going to make more money than me, let's get it, right? Guys, me and Jay pass our person who got us started up in income. We passed them up in income, right? We outranked them. We grew a large organization. We were more successful in trading. It is what it is, right? Watch your back, Josh and Jay. Yeah, that should be your goal, is 1, minimum goal, platinum ambassador in this company. 2, should be to outrank your upline. Outrank who got you started. You know what I mean? So I want to just quickly talk about leadership, and then we're going to spend like 10 minutes, okay? One of my favorite topics, guys, I started with Art Williams because leadership is I think, one of the most important qualities around the entire world. I literally think that's one of the most important qualities around the world. Guys, I've studied so much leadership, like John C. Maxwell, like galore, like tons of books, how to lead at high speed, how leadership 101, right? I took leadership programs. I think leadership is undeniably what the world needs right now. The world needs leaders. Okay. That's what the world needs. Everyone on this call, I want to just dive into leadership so you can really understand more about it. Okay. One of my favorite topics is leadership, right? And specifically the rule of leadership. Okay. So if you haven't taken notes, I would write this stuff down, because this is not just for you. You're a doorway to your team that isn't on this call. Okay. It's not about what you can do, it's about what you can teach. All right. So leadership allows you to grow by multiplication, not addition. Okay. Leadership allows you to grow by multiplication, not addition. Okay. So here's the math for a follower. Okay. Followers grow by addition. Leader math is growing by multiplication. Okay. Multiplication is 10 times faster than follower math, right? Follower math is growing by addition. Leadership math is growing by multiplication. Okay. And so network marketing, sales organizations, any type of organization, a church, a sports team, you name it, you want to multiply your followers' organizations. Okay. You want to multiply the followers in your organization. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Like I said, churches, sports teams, anything. They're trying to multiply the amount of members in their organization, right? So how do you do it? How do you multiply the members within your organization? Okay. It's by stepping up and becoming a leader. Okay. Stepping up and becoming a leader. I emphasize stepping up because there's something that Jay and I did for a couple of years, or honestly, it was our first year or 2 of the business, right? There's something that Jay and I were doing. I honor one of my first mentors. in a big, big way. Like I honor him a lot, right? You know, he was an amazing entrepreneur, an amazing human being. He was just flat out amazing. Like he, the highest standards, you know, very healthy life, great family life, worked extremely hard every single day, never takes his foot off the gas, remains positive, right? And so I just honor and respect him a ton, right? He was one of the best mentors in my entire life, still is. But there's something I had to realize, right? There was a thing that I had to realize. It was that if me and Jay stayed in his shadow for too long, we would end up staying in the rut of mediocrity. If me and Jay kept hiding in his great honored shadow because he was such an amazing leader, if we stayed in his shadow for too long, we would end up staying in the rut of mediocrity, right? And so this is the lesson for today, okay? This is the lesson for today I want to talk to you guys about, okay? It is about stepping up and becoming a leader, okay? So here's the rule of a leader, okay? If you want to grow by multiplication, the way that's going to happen is if you follow this rule, by the way, okay? If you want multiplication in your business, you got to follow this rule. So here's the rule. I want you to write this down, all right? Someone will only follow someone else if they perceive them as a higher level leader than themselves. Okay? I'm going to write this down. Write this down, guys. Someone will only follow someone else if they perceive that person as a higher level leader than themselves. Okay, I'll say it one more time because this is the sauce right here. You want to multiply your team. You want it to grow in multiplication, not just little addition. You want it to multiply. Guys, you got 20 people on your team times 2, boom, 40 people. That's multiplication. That's what I'm talking about. You have 20 people on your team. It grows by 2 people. That's addition. I'm trying to teach you how to multiply your team. You know, imagine if everyone in your organization right now got 1 person, just doubled times 2, right? Someone will only follow someone else if they perceive them as a higher level leader than themselves. Okay. So this is why it's important to step up. All right. So let me explain this. If you are a 7 on the leadership scale, okay, if you're a 7 on the leadership scale, let's just say there's a scale out of 10 and you're a 7 on it. Would you follow a 5 on the scale? If you're a 7, would you follow a 5 on the leadership scale? No, you wouldn't follow that. And it's because they are behind. They have to catch up to you, right? If they were an 8 or a 9 or a 10 on the leadership scale, you would want to follow them, yes, because it's going to help you advance and move forward, right? So people only follow people that they perceive are higher level leaders than themselves. Okay. Notice what I just said right there. Okay. Notice what I just said. People only follow people that they perceive are higher level leaders than themselves. Okay. Not actually are higher level leaders. Okay. It's all about perception. That's what we're talking about here. It's the way that you perceive something, the way that other people perceive you. I'm trying to tell you, you want to increase your leadership perception, right? For other people, if you want to have them follow you. Okay. Leadership is not a test. Okay. Leadership is not a 20 question test. It's not a 20, it's not a score. It's no exam, anything like that. Okay. It's all perception. That's what leadership is. You know what I mean? You guys all had leaders in your friend groups growing up. They didn't have to take any tests. They didn't do any exams, right? Everyone just knew, oh, that's the leader in the friend group, right? It's just all perception. You know what I mean? So here's the message, okay? You are a leader when you decide you are a leader. Okay? You are a leader when you decide you're a leader. All right? You are what you say you are until you prove otherwise. All right? You are a leader when you decide you're a leader. You are what you say you are until you prove otherwise. Okay. Today, guys, if you haven't done this before, it's time to step up. Okay. That's what this call is about. It is time to step up. Guys and girls, it's time to step up and start being perceived as a leader. Okay. That is what I want for everyone on this call, right? What did I do? I started showing the plan. You know, I stopped waiting for my upline. I stopped waiting for my mentor. I stopped waiting for anyone. I was like, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to do it. Right. I stepped up into a leadership role. And that's what I want for everyone on this call. Right. I had to step up and I had to let people know I am worthy of being followed of. I'm excited and I know where I'm going. I'm worthy of being followed of. Right. And so that's what I want for everyone on this call. Okay. If I showed someone the plan, check this out. If I showed someone the plan, if I showed someone our business, the presentation, and they were a little uncertain, I realized that they need to be led. If they're uncertain, it's because they're not a leader yet. They need to be led, right? People are led their entire life. They're led from the second they're born. They're told what to do, right? Kids, parents are telling us what to do. Teachers, job, your boss, we're all told what to do. So it's time to start leading ourselves. It's time to step up, ladies and gentlemen, right? So I started telling people this. Okay. I was like, if you are serious about this business, I will run with you. All right. And then I was like, if you want to make a little bit of money, I will help you. And then I was like, if you want to make a lot of money, change your financial future forever, you better put your running shoes on because I'm going to run just as fast as you. I promise. That's what I started telling people, right? You know, you want me to be a strong leader? You want me to be a weak leader, right? Strong leader, I'm going to hold you accountable. We're going to crush it. I'm going to call you every single day and we're going to meet up. Weak leader, I'm going to check with you once a week. Going to give you a few goals here and there. You got to let me know what you want, right? And so I started telling people too, this is a huge thing if you're a leader. I want you to tell your teams this, all right? Because it's an accountability thing. You will give up on yourself way before I give up on you. That's just the reality of it, guys. I'm for the leaders that are on this call, you know that's a true thing with me. You'll give up on yourself or I give up on you. We're going to keep going and we're going to do whatever it takes. We're going to win. We're going to literally take this company by storm. We're going to have the most top earners inside this company in North America, right? So you will give up on yourself before we give up on you, all right? And you know, me stepping up is not me telling people I'm your leader. That's not what stepping up is, okay? It's me working on being perceived as a higher level leader, right? Showing people I'm excited, I'm running, I'm taking things in my own hands. Let's do this, let's run it up. I'm also good at working with other leaders. I'm collaborating with other people in the business. I'm like, guys, we're here to build the company, right? If you want to build a team, you're going to make six figures. If you want to build the company and help every single person in here win, you're going to become a seven-figure earner. Okay. So I'm super excited to run this up with you guys. We're going to do a little exercise right now. Okay. Hope you guys are ready. Everyone on this call, prepare to turn your cameras on. Woo! I love everyone that already has it on. Let's go, baby. Proud of you guys. Let's go. Pop the cameras on. How we doing? So what we're gonna do real quick. We won't make it long. Okay. I'm not gonna strong arm you guys too long. Okay. I know some of you are like, man, like if you put me on this screen, I'm not talking, right? None of you have to talk individually. It's okay. But you should want to though. Push yourself, step up, right? What we're gonna do is for 5 to 10 minutes, we're just gonna quickly do a training with everyone, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna basically do a quick breakout room. Okay. Now, this call, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to get each other's contact information. Feel free to talk to each other. That's totally fine. You should like literally be connecting and networking with people in the business. We're all in the same business. Hell yeah. Connect and network with everyone you possibly can. That's awesome. I literally called every single top earner I knew. I'm like, how can we work together? What can we do? What's going on? Teach me anything you know. What are you doing? How are you winning? Anything. It could be trading. It could be the business. This call specifically, though, we're going to be focusing on leadership. Okay. We're going to be focusing on the business. Okay. That's what this call is. But feel free to get each other's contacts if you want to continue to talk about trading on the side. That's totally fine. You guys should do that because we are all trading. But this call right here is to help people become leaders. Okay. So we're going to share all of our screens. We're going to get into something called a breakout room. All right. I'm going to put 3 to 4 individuals in each room. Okay. And so you're going to pop into your own little tiny Zoom meeting. And all I want you guys to do is just each person say your name, where are you from? Who are you? Right. Just real quick. And I just want you to say one thing that you've been having success with in the business side of this. Okay. One thing you've been having success with in terms of growing your business, talking to people, something with leadership, something with personal development, something along the lines of you becoming the leader that you're meant to be, that you can step up in. Okay. One good thing. And then I want you to tell everyone one thing you've been struggling with that you're determined to fix. Okay. Once everyone's done that, one person at a time. I want you guys to help answer and give advice on how that person might be able to overcome what it is that they're struggling with. Okay. So one good thing, one thing they're struggling with, and then help them. How can they overcome that struggle? Right. And I'm going to do it on this call. Okay. I'm giving everyone permission to give each other just a little bit of constructive criticism. Okay. That's completely fine, right? Most of you don't know each other too well, but that's the whole point of this call, and get each other's contact information. Let's go get it. I'm going to start these up and I will see everyone here. Let's do. All right. We're going to do.